Okay, so we are with Ann from Adden to X.
Hello!
For Subexistance. So first question, where are Adden to X at the moment? What's happening with them? Are they finished and gone for good?
It's dead, gone. I mean, we talked about having a reunion for a thing for Mute Records at the I think it's at the Roundhouse. This
Short Circuit.
Yeah, Short Circuit at the Roundhouse this like in a month or something. And it was like having a reunion, and I said, no way, no way. And the other guys went, it's probably not a good idea. I don't know, it just seems to be bad to have like a reunion.
What do you think? So many bands, do reunions, but there are a lot of bands actually. 80s bands, even 90s bands do this.
I think a lot of bands do reunions so they can get some money for some shows they do. They might get given like a couple of £1,000 for a show or something, but it doesn't seem like the right thing to do. It's like, I don't know, like, I'm trying to think of a band that would have got together again, or would be asked to get together again. I can't think about a band like that.
Ultravox reformed, didn't it?
Who?
Ultravox reformed.
You're not a Shenton Ultravox, are you?
Well, we weren't on the level of Ultravox. We were a very, very small band and a very kind of like an underground band. And for us to reform would be like, why?
You said underground, but I don't think that Avant-Garde remained in the underground. I mean, I think with Avant-Garde 1999, you had a huge, let's say, for an underground band, promotion, and Enemy wrote very good things. I think you had some sleeves, if I remember well, some covers, you did some covers. So, did you remain an underground band with Avant-Garde? Or things, I think it grew bigger.
But at the same time, we just thought that to have a reunion after we'd all like gone our own separate ways, to come back again, it's lovely to see everyone again. And like Steve's doing his artwork, Barry's doing his antique work, I've been working for Mute Records, and I've been doing my own record label and working with horses and stuff. And we've all done our own thing. And to come back together again would just seem like it would be like a really horrible school reunion with people that you still really like, but you don't really want to go back in time.
So what does Adden to X, what did it mean anyway? I mean, and why did you put the parentheses? Did you have any problem with the copyright thing, with the X in parentheses? I think you started with X without parentheses, and then you added...
Are you talking about that when you say parentheses?
Yeah.
Okay, the bracket.
The brackets. You added brackets.
Well, we got it actually from a very, very early kind of like computer manual, a maths manual, which is where it said add N to X, and adding the N and X equals an unquantifiable amount or something that...
electronic force.
A force that was on...
Third electronic force.
That's it. See, he knows.
Dark third electronic force.
Gary knows because he was our complete, absolute groupie. and he's been there since, well, when we began. And you wouldn't want us to report, would you?
Only if, honestly, as a caveat, if you were doing new material.
So, one thing, the worst thing you remember from Adden to X, and best things you remember from
I can't hear you.
Best and worst experience from the band.
Best and worst.
Yeah, one. So, if you can remember, if there is anything,
Yeah, I can remember really good ones. I remember recording an album in the south of France for 3 months, and we stayed there in a beautiful modernist building, the Ville Noire, and it was the best time we ever had all together. And the worst time is probably going Steve Albini's studio in America, in Detroit, I think it was, and giving him a Wasp synthesizer as his birthday present and saying, will you produce our next album? And then he said no. And I wish we'd taken the Wasp synthesizer back.
Steve Albini didn't... you know, Steve Albini produced an album for a Greek band called Bogomolets, mid-90s, you know. But they were more guitar, let's say, guitar things, more rocky stuff, not so electronic.
I don't think Steve Albini said no. I think we record said no because it was going to cost too much money. But in terms of good and bad experiences, you had good and bad 10 times a day. In terms of like, oh God, I remember going to California and having an avocado milkshake or an avocado smoothie, and I was going, oh my God, and drinking it and going, what the, avocado smoothie. And then a really bad time would be showing up somewhere and having like 1 hour's sleep, and then having to get up and drive another 200 miles to go somewhere else and not actually knowing where the fuck we were.
Just as an aside to that, Gig Pack, I remember them doing a European tour in 12 days. And I was in a couple of legs. They did the Paradiso in Amsterdam on the Friday night. They did a festival in the morning, and then they got the ferry back to London for another gig on the Saturday. Just 3 gigs in the space of 48 hours.
So in terms of like, I watched a brilliant program the other day, and it's called The Model Agency, and I watched it on 4OD, like just watched it on the laptop, and it was about the model saying, oh my God, I only had 1 hour's sleep, and it was like, okay, alright, okay, blah blah blah. So the models had to go from New York to London and then just walk down a catwalk, and they're really tired and they had to go on another flight and go back to New York and do the same. But with bands, it's like you get on a plane and you do 3 gigs in a row, you've got jet lag and no one gives a shit about you. You've got to perform, and then you get on another plane and go home, and then you do another 3 gigs, and then you don't have another 3 gigs for another month, and you're just left there to sort of like cry and like get over jet lag and go, and no one really looks after you. And I think that there should be a program instead of like the model industry or the model agency. There should be a program called what shit bands have to go through, which is great because you know we do it because we love it. But at the same time, this program about models, it was like, what? You're complaining she had 1 hour's sleep and you had to dress up in Vivienne Westwood outfits. It's like with bands, they have to get off a plane or get out of a car after driving 13 hours and go and perform on stage.
What about the lyrical themes from, you know, like songs like Metal Fingers in My Body, you know, and stuff like this? Why they were a bit, you know, robot, sex, you know, why did you mix these things? Did you want to make a difference, or was it, let's say, what, you know, your interest, let's say, in this? I mean, was it original or a bit?
I think the whole thing with the Metal Fingers in My Body and the whole video came from, like, we really loved sci-fi films, and the particular one that we really loved, all of 3 of us found, the Demon Seed film where Julie Christie with, what's the name of the robot it's called?
Don't worry about that.
Proteus. And so we loved that. We loved the idea of Proteus and Julie Christie, but we didn't like the idea that the robot took her over. So we wanted to do a complete change of that, so the woman had control over the robot that was having sex with her because it was her decision. As a complete change from Demon Seed, which is where the robot controlled the woman.
Or even Hardware. Richard Stanley's Hardware, you know, have you seen this movie? Hardware from Richard Stanley, where the robot, you know, it's quite rough, you know, quite good film, underground.
So we wanted to do it in a different way, so it was almost like an ordinary woman in a house by herself, bored, could make a phone call and get an automatron to come and satisfy her sexually. And I thought that, and it was also very much in kilter with the whole kind of British way of looking at comedy, like Carry On film. and comedy instead. So it was supposed to be sort of like quite light-hearted, I think, well, like comedic.
I think it was also used in, I've read that it was also used in Orange Mobile Advert, Metaphysician My Body, in a video game or something like this. Or,
oh no, I remember this, but it was really cool because my sister...
Sky Digital also.
No, my sister rang me up and went, oh my god, they're using Metal Fingers in My Body for the Grand Prix advert.
They didn't pay you. I mean...
I don't know. Maybe 25p per second, I don't know. PRS.
Only? Why?
Well, because you get paid by the PRS. And PRS don't always pay people for what they've done.
You didn't have a contract with Orange or, you know, Sky Digital for this use. I mean, they didn't. Nobody contacted you and said we're going to use.
It depends. For certain things, it's actually you make contracts with your publisher.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, you make contracts with your publisher. For other things like Banzai, we use for that program Banzai a lot. That's just like comes in drip by drip for PRS. So you don't have like a contract for that. So each thing is completely different.
I see.
Each time.
We have this thing in Greece. I don't remember now the initials are, but it really sucks. You know, it's not good. I mean, they don't pay the artists. Most of them. They give the money for their own. You know.
I think a lot of the things in England right now, it's very, very difficult for bands to play live and actually get paid properly in terms of like venues like the one we're in right now. And I don't know, you know, we're talking about like festivals or anything. It's one of the countries in the EU that don't really pay musicians the amount that they should be getting paid. Anywhere else, it seems like musicians are treated with a bit more respect. In England...
I wouldn't agree with you, because in Greece, special support bands and the headline bands, Greek bands, they never get paid actually. Only if many people come, you know, drink and, you know, upon consumption they get paid. Most of the bands don't get paid. I mean, bands like Raining Pleasure, you know, huge bands,
okay.
You know, Rotting Christ.
Okay, in Greece, if a band goes to a place, do they get a meal?
Sorry?
Do they get some food?
Beers and, you know, no meal.
Beers and food?
Beers and sometimes food. You know.
Okay.
Beers, you know, only drinks.
Yeah.
But, you know, beers are really cheap. Some Greek beers are, you know, you can get them from, you know, somewhere for 20
Okay,
pence.
so now it's spread to Greece. Okay.
Not only Greece, Spain, Portugal, I think
it's spreading around now.
Yeah. For the many years. I didn't know that here, you know, bands didn't get paid or, you know...
Well, you know, I think a lot of bands here, they make a bit of money from their merchandise table.
I see.
That's really important. If you've got a merchandise table, your t-shirts, your CDs and everything, and that's really good. And that can actually, I mean, look at a band like Stereolab. They made a hell of a lot of money with their merchandise. They took their merchandise and they made a hell of a lot of money doing that. So I think that it's very important for bands to have a bit of merchandise to sell when they're on the road, just to get that extra kind of bit of cash. We are basically talking about bands that are touring for next to nothing. They're getting paid like percentage of the door, and they need to have like merchandise to sell.
So what were, again, last question for Adam to X main influences, musical or whatever, music artist or whatever?
I can't hear you, sorry.
Influences, Adam to X influences, you know.